Every club. Every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Arsenal Podcast, the only place to catch your daily fix of Arsenal, where we eat, sleep and repeat talking all things Arsenal, brought to you on the GSPN Podcast Network. I'm your host Jamie Patterson, and on tonight's show I am joined by the one and only Craig Matthews. Craig, how are you keeping, mate?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
Are you feeling a bit more refreshed now after yesterday's pod?
Yeah, definitely. I feel more refreshed now. More happier today than yesterday.
Yeah, I could imagine. I can only imagine. But
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, we're going to be in for a good show here today. So in today's episode, we will be looking ahead to our home game in the Champions League against PSV, where we hold a 7-1 lead. Just take a moment to just let that sink in. 7-1. I still can't get over last week's game, to be honest with you.
Definitely.
But as always, if you want to get involved with any of our topics discussed, please do get involved through our social media, which can be found in our show notes in the description. Just to add quickly, we are finally back up and running on TikTok. So guys, make sure to go and follow the links and go and give us a follow on TikTok, because I know we had such a great following and now we've just had to kind of start up again. So guys, we'd really appreciate it if you could go and give our socials, especially our TikTok, a good follow up, as we will be looking to post more content to you on a daily basis. Anyway, right, Craig. Today, should I say, or tomorrow, because we are recording this on a Tuesday night. Arsenal at home at the Emirates against PSV. Now, especially after what's happened over the weekend, how are you feeling going into this game?
I feel like we'll go there and be professional and win the game. I'd love to see him rotate the squad a bit, give a couple of players, fringe players a chance.
Yeah.
Maybe give that young kid a striker a chance as well, the one who was on the bench, been on the bench recently, couple of games. It was on the bench on Sunday, but give him a chance to run out. Still keep a couple of experienced players in the team, like maybe give Jorginho a run out, Ben White a run out, maybe give Tierney a run out. Maybe play Shevchenko in midfield. Just try something different. Because we really won the game anyway. We're not gonna get. They ain't gonna score 6 goals at the Emirates to beat us. So it'd be best if we just rotate the squad. Even rest that. I even rest David Rare as well. Just give him a little rest because we've got a
Yeah.
massive game on the weekend. So give the second choice keeper a chance. And see what he can do, and just go out there and have fun.
Do you know what? You make a really good point there, and I completely agree with what you've said there. I think tomorrow is a really good opportunity to refresh the squad, because you look at the last few games, right? We've been playing, a game on the weekend, a game midweek, a game on the weekend, a game midweek. The games have been coming in quite thick and fast, to be fair. And I think tomorrow night, since the job was done pretty much last week in Eindhoven, I just think give certain players minutes. Give players minutes. Neto. I know Neto. When did remind me when Neto featured? It was
Girona, the last game of the last game of the
Girona.
group
Yeah,
stage
that's it.
away.
Yeah. So again, give him a run out, because let's be honest, how rare is it that we're going to see Neto play another game?
Definitely.
So I would definitely give him a run out. I would. Do you know what? Right, again, going back to the notes that Matt gave me from yesterday's pod, would you maybe experiment with different positions? So, for example, MLS. Would you play MLS in a midfield role if you were to play him, and say put someone like a Kieran Tierney on the left, or a Zinchenko maybe on as a left back?
Yeah, I'd love to see him in midfield because naturally he is a midfielder. By trade, he's a midfielder. But I think Arteta's kind of said to him plays an inverted midfielder and he gets the ball inverted to midfield and he
Yeah,
plays at left back. I love to see it because when I watched him in the youth, guys, I watched a lot of the youth team football at Arsenal, and he was when he played against West Ham in that when they're up to that final where they lost against West Ham. he was playing centre mid. And he's very good at dribbling the ball. He was dribbling from his own half,
Yeah.
running, and he was very good at that. So I'd love to see where he'll fit in the future. If he'll be a left back or if he will be a centre mid in the future.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, again, going back to something that I've probably mentioned on previous podcasts before, is Arteta likes versatile players. And I think with MLS, if he can be someone, again, that can be versatile, where, he inverts into that midfield role, I think that would go such a long way. And I think if you're going to play him in a position where it's his stronger position, because again, watching him play for the youth kind of just shows that, you know, that is his trademark position, as you said. And for me, I think it kind of also gives Arteta a good headache in terms of, oh well, you know what, I can maybe afford to play Calafiori on the left, or Tierney, and maybe go and play someone like um LMLS in that midfield role. Now, we kind of discussed about refreshing the squad. Um, One player I am going to ask, and I'd like to get your thoughts on this one player. Would you start Sterling?
Yes,
It
because
took you. It took you a little. It
the
took
reason
you a little bit of a
the reason
a
the,
moment,
re-
but
the reason why he won't be able to play on the weekend, so to give him a little run out tomorrow, I would say, because he's not going to play on the weekend. He can't play because it's his current club, so he's only
yeah,
on loan. So give him some minutes on the week on tomorrow, see what he can do. Even if he's playing for half an hour, and see what he can do. He doesn't do anything, take him off. But it's about time he steps up now because he's been at the club for more over 6 months now. Obviously, throughout the whole season, need to see more from him. So. Give him that chance to see what he can. Maybe I think his confidence has just been shot. Like even the weekend, he didn't come on. So yeah.
yeah, exactly that. I mean, the fact that Arteta brought on Tierney, the fact that he
Mm,
brought on Tierney and didn't even think to bring on Sterling, it kind of, I don't think it surprised a lot of Arsenal fans, but if when you're trying to look for attacking players, you really do want to try and go for you really want to try and obviously go for an attacking player. But again, it just like you said, and me and Josh Vince actually we done a review, or we done one of these Tactics Tuesdays episodes where we actually did do a bit of in-depth analysis, and we kind of realized that from the moment he left City to go to Chelsea, it just seemed like his confidence had completely dropped. And
mm,
unfortunately, it's just not helped with him coming to Arsenal. Uh,
definitely.
the thing is, we're so well known for trying to boost players' confidence. The likes of Jorginho, the likes of okay, don't know if JD. Well, I don't know. I don't think JD would agree with me on this, but Kai Havertz to an extent, I still get what Josh is saying about how he can't kick a ball and he can't score goals consistently, but he could be a potential player that could be categorized as someone that's kind of refreshed his career at Arsenal. But for Sterling, it's just not seemed to click. Another question about Sterling. Where would you play him?
Through the middle
So you would play him as a you'd play him as a number nine or a false nine?
for force, like through the middle, just roam around, make yourself a nuisance, get the ball, just run at the defenders and get a goal and assist. Like what he did at City. I want to see the
Mm,
City style. I want to see the Chelsea or the I want to see the City shots. I want to see the City Sterling or the Liverpool Sterling when I was at Liverpool City Sterling. That's what I want to
yeah,
see. But when he was at Liverpool, he was electric at Liverpool. He was
he
quality.
was. And when you look at him when he was at Liverpool, he was so young, he was so
Hmm.
fearless. This kid could do anything and it would just work. It would literally just work.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, went to City, has done himself really well at City, and it's just unfortunately not worked out for him, unfortunately. Um, we've spoken about a few good players that we could potentially see. Going back to yesterday, we did speak partially about Ben White. And
Mm.
for those of you that follow us on socials, we actually put a poll up on our socials to see if to see what you guys thought. And the question was, do you see Ben White featuring against PSV? And do you know what? We got a fair amount of votes, but a lot of people went for yes. No one
Mm.
actually no one chose no, he'll stay on the bench. So a lot of people
Yeah.
believe that Ben White could actually start. For me going into this, for Ben White as well, I would definitely give him an hour.
Mm.
I'd give him an hour at least. An hour,
Yeah.
at a push, maybe 70 minutes.
Mm.
Get him back to fitness and then try and play him or try and integrate him, from the subs bench against Chelsea and just try and get his fitness back up because
Yeah.
as we discussed yesterday, it seems like fitness is a bit of an issue. And again, I thought we'd probably give Timber a bit of a break because credit due where it's due. As I said last night, Timber has been really good filling in as that right back role, and he's done well. He's done well enough in my eyes.
Mm.
But for Ben White, do you think that there's a chance that he could maybe feature in the Premier League if he doesn't say feature in the Champions League?
I think the future in both competitions. I feel that it's going to be needed to now end the season because there'll be a lot. If we get, I know we're going to touch. We'll get to the quarterfinals. We're going to play Madrid or Atletico. One of the Madrid clubs are going to play in the quarterfinals, so he's going to be needed for both games. Because Timber's not going to be able to play all them games. You're going to have to rotate him to now the end of the season. So
Absolutely.
he'll be like a new player, like a fresh player coming in. So I think he'll play most of the. He'll get a lot of minutes between now and the end of the season. I'm not worried about that. As long as he can stay fit, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. Another player I also want to bring to mind as well is Gabriel Martinelli. Would you start him or would you bench him?
I would start him. I would rest Wanieri tomorrow. I'll
Yeah,
bring him off the bench. I think he's played a lot of games recently. He's a young player. I know the problem is like you don't want to overplay these young players because they've played a lot of minutes. He's played a lot of minutes recently, and he just come off from injury as well. So you want to kind of give him like a little break and then have him and if he needs to come on for 20 minutes or so in the second half, bring him on for 20 minutes or so. But don't start him tomorrow. We don't need to start him. Give Martin. I think Martin is another one like Ben White needs the fitness to get back his full fitness. So try and get him in tomorrow. You know what I would do?
go
I
on.
was like, I think yeah, maybe play Stern on the left, play Martin through the middle, and see what he could do. Just to see how it works. Let's see how it works because
Again, we kind of said that we could probably use tomorrow as an experiment. We
mm,
could really be experimental here with the players we've got, and bearing in mind the deficit is quite a big deficit. I'm sure you could probably. This is one game where you could definitely afford to take some risks, and I don't see why that can't work. I think Martinelli down the middle could be actually a good shout. It also kind of relieves the pressure off Mikel Merino a bit because
mm,
look, you're asking a midfielder
yeah,
who, bearing in mind, came off the bench against Leicester, saved us,
mm,
and it's not quite clicked. It really isn't
no,
quite clicked. And that's the thing. The fan base, our fan base has actually been quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Like we've been very chilled and very relaxed. Like we've not got onto Marino once. We've not, you've
mm,
not seen Arsenal fans say, "Oh well, but Mikel Marino, he's a strike, he's our only striker, and he's not getting us the goals that we need."
mm,
I don't see why. Do you know what? Martinelli in the middle, I think that could potentially work. I could see that working one way or another.
mm. Because
Really could.
he's got
What was you
pace.
going to say?
He's got pace. He's quick, and he can run in behind. He can run in behind, so you can play the ball like he's kind of play like a strip the defender. So the defense are gonna have something to worry about. With Marino, it's more he's not quick, is it, Marino? You know what I mean? He's not
Nah.
really the quickest, so teams will know how to defend against him. So with Martinez, he's got a little bit of pace, he can run in behind. So you need to give them a different different problem to worry about. So yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're spot on there. Absolutely spot on, mate. So, anyway, in the meantime, we are going to take a quick break and we will listen to our partners Bionic. Join us for part two, where we will continue to look ahead and see where we can really try and push on and maybe try and strengthen the lead a bit more than what it is. Join
Mm.
us after the break. Hello there, and welcome back to our PSV preview. Now, something that I really want to kind of talk about and kind of get off my chest here is tomorrow night at the Emirates. It's a Champions League game, but why does it just give me the impression that there's not going to be much of an atmosphere at the Emirates tomorrow night? Like, I understand it. We are 7-1 up. We're 7-1 up. And there's some Arsenal fans that have even said to me tonight, I've not even bothered to get a ticket for tomorrow's night's game because we know what's going to happen. But what are your thoughts in terms of atmosphere tomorrow at the Emirates? Like, what are you expecting tomorrow night?
If the normal fans are not there, it's gonna be very quiet. Like it's gonna be very, very quiet. There's not a lot of fans there, so maybe not. I don't know why. Maybe because they're dead rubber to them. Maybe they thought when they've already gone through, so they don't have to bring the fans. That's why they want to pay all that money to go watch the game. Um, but it's still a good game. I love watching Champions League football at the Emirates. It's a good
Same.
atmosphere. It's a good atmosphere at the Emirates watching Champions League football. Like it's different from the Premier League games and FA Cup and League Cup games. So like a different atmosphere. You're playing in Europe, where there's different foreign teams. You
You're under
get.
the lights as well.
So I'm saying that the Emirates is amazing.
You
I'm,
know,
I'm
I,
yeah.
I've spoken so much about, being at a Champions League game where, it's under the lights. You get to listen to the Champions League anthem
Mm,
at the stadium, which just is pure goosebumps, as
yeah.
well as listening to North London Forever. I mean, tell me that is not a, that is not, tell me that's not a good night out. Please tell
Of
me that is
course,
not a good night out.
especially on a Wednesday night as well.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. And the thing is, right, you know, I I got an email from and a few mates actually have got if any of you are members of the Arsenal. I'm not a member by the way, but I somewhat got an email from the Arsenal saying that you could basically you could now apply for the Arsenal PSV game for you and like four other members apparently. So
Mm,
you can definitely tell that, you know, atmosphere may not be quite there. But another way I believe that Arsenal could have gone about this a bit better would have been to just sell it to the general public.
definitely.
You know, I mean, take me for example. I'm literally, when I mean I am like not far from the Emirates, I'm not far from the Emirates.
Mm,
If, like I said, if someone had turned around and said to me, look, 40 quid, Arsenal PSV, um, at the Emirates, Champions League game, I mean, I wouldn't hesitate. I wouldn't hesitate to
definitely.
go. And I
Yeah,
also think as well, it would be such a good way for Arsenal fans, for other Arsenal fans who have probably never been to an Arsenal game.
definitely.
This would be perfect. This would just
Mm,
be absolutely perfect for them to say, I was there. I was there.
mm.
You know, Craig, would you if someone had come up to you and said, "Look, mate, I've got 2 tickets for the Arsenal. Would you, do you wanna go?" What would you say?
100% I'll go. Because some of the tickets are expensive, but the tickets at Emirates are expensive. So
They are.
if someone get an opportunity to go, I'll give me 2 tickets. I'll bring my brother or someone. We go together and watch the game. I'll go watch with him or somebody who's not gone to the game to watch it. Have a good experience because, as you said, like tickets expensive and it'd be a good opportunity for them to see Arsenal in the flesh instead of watching them on TV all the time. Watch it in the stadium. You have a nice little laugh. And it's nice. I love Islington, that area. It's so nice. Get off the station and walk in on that
Yeah.
like from Islington from Hybrid Islington to the stadium. Have a nice little walk. It's nice. It's nice. That area, I love that area so much. It's a nice area. So
Yeah, do you
yeah.
know what? Highbury is a nice area, and you know what? Whether it's not, even for me on a match day, I kid you not, I could probably open my window and hear the crowd like from my window, and for me, I mean, it's a nice area, and the thing is, you couldn't have said it better. We like. I don't know about you. Do you have a pre-match ritual? Like when you've been to the Emirates, do you have like little pre-match rituals? Do you go to certain places before match days? Like, what is your pre-match
I'm
ritual?
not. I normally go to the Tesco near the station near the near Harvey is the station. There's a Tesco when you're walking up.
Oh yeah, I know the Tesco you're on about.
I
Yeah,
normally
yeah,
go
yeah,
there and
yeah.
I'll buy something. I'll go to the Arsenal shop or I'll just take a look around and take a couple of pictures here and there of the. Sometimes they have like a mural of the players, so I take a little picture and all that, and just have a little walk around and take my time. I know I'll still get there on time, but I'll take my time and have a little walk around. Sometimes I'll go into the Arsenal shop, take a look, have a little look, and then just go into the game, buy a little drink or something, and just go to the game and enjoy it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, for me it's pretty much similar to what you do. I like to get there a little bit earlier, go into the shop, have a look at some of the gear that Arsenal sell, sit there and think to myself, "Oh my gosh, that's really expensive. Yeah, I'm not getting that for myself." Do you know what I
Definitely.
mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, and the thing for me is since obviously since I do a lot of stuff on my own personal social media channels, I like to get there early and if I'm
Mm.
there with a mate, I like to get match reactions and stuff like that. And you know what? Sometimes for me, right, I like to get to my seat a little bit early just so that I can just soak up the atmosphere because like you said,
Mm.
Craig, it's how often is it that you get an opportunity to go to the Emirates to watch a game of
Yeah.
football, especially to watch Arsenal play under the lights at the Emirates?
Mm.
It's rare. It is honestly so rare.
Well, any opportunity I get, sometimes I'll go watch the women's games as well. Sometimes I'll go watch the women's games. The women's games are not too bad. They're quite nice, good to watch as well. They play such good football. So if I can't get tickets to the bench, I'll go watch the women's game. Sometimes the youth games are on sometimes as well. To get tickets for that as well sometimes. Before I used to get tickets to watch the youth games. So
Yeah.
just try to watch as much football as you can. Enjoy it, like
That's it.
'cause-
Yeah, for me, I'm pretty much, as much as I'm Arsenal mad, I'm also football mad as well. So it's like if there's
yeah.
an opportunity to go to a football game, I'm not going to turn it down. Unless it was
Mm.
Spurs. Goodness me, I wouldn't want to go to watch Spurs play. Unless I
No.
was sitting in the away end,
Yeah.
then that's different. But
Of course. Of course.
just quickly, do you like in terms of tomorrow's game? Do you see us scoring?
We don't have to, but it'd be nice to score. Just to kill the game off even more. Get some goals, confidence for players, sprint players to get some goals in. I would rest Gabriel and Saliba tomorrow if I could. I would rest both of them. I'll say try and play someone like a Kivior, give him a little run out, because he hasn't played for a while now either. So,
Yeah,
just
it's I can't. I don't even remember the last time Kivior played. I believe it was
was
United
it
in the
FA
cup. I
Cup?
believe
Was it FA Cup that we played? No,
that's what I was thinking. United in the cup, weren't it?
I think so.
Yeah,
Well,
something like that.
he hasn't played for a while, so I'd rather give
Mm,
some of the fringe players a chance and what I mean? Still have the experienced players on the bench. Don't just leave them on the bench. If anything, what I mean? Not that we need to win the game anyway. We've already won the tie.
of course, yeah,
But
absolutely.
sometimes in football, you can't be overconfident and be complacent. You have to just go there and be professional, get the job done, and take it from there.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely spot on there. Completely spot on. Anyway, we're going to take another break quickly. Join us after the break as we will just give you a quick roundup of Tuesday night's games in the Champions League. And welcome back to this final part of our PSV preview. I'm here with Craig Matthews. And before we quickly finish up, we just want to give you, we're going to just look back at tonight's action from the 4 games that have been played tonight in the Champions League. I can see Craig's eagerly watching his phone at the minute because you've got you've got Liverpool PSG on, haven't you?
Yeah, I was checking. I was turning it on now. See, I think gone to penalties now. I think.
Yeah, so I'm kind of just looking at my phone now, and yes, so Liverpool PSG. So currently as it stands, it's 1-0 PSG, 1-1 on aggregate. Game, I believe the game's gone to penalties as we speak, so we'll find out maybe by the end if who's won that game. But just looking at tonight's other scores, Barcelona 3, Benfica 1, with with Barcelona winning 4-1 on aggregate. Good win for them. Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen, that was the game I was watching earlier on tonight. And let's be honest, that was a pretty easy job for Bayern Munich,
Mm.
winning 2-0 on the night, 5-0 on aggregate. Now, just quickly, Bayer Leverkusen, I mean, we look back last season, and I mean, they were playing some amazing football. Where do you think it's gone wrong for Bayer Leverkusen? Or is it just been one of them things where just Bayern Munich now have kind of found their form and are pretty much going to
I
try and
feel
go on a run?
I feel that like you know what happens after you win, sometimes when you win a title the season before the second season it becomes very difficult to win
Yeah,
it again. Man United was very good at winning it back to back in the day, but it becomes very it becomes even harder. Every season it's harder and harder. Other teams get better. Bayern were nowhere to be seen last season. They struggled in every competition they went, or they got to the quarterfinal. I think they got to the semis last season, wasn't it? And they lost against Real Madrid.
I
I think
believe so,
they
yes.
lost against Real Madrid in the
Yeah,
semis last week. I think it was. I thought that this season, Bayern have got a new manager. They've got some good players like Elise, someone that I love Arsenal should have got in the summer.
mm,
They've really rebuilt. They've got Company, who I thought Company's a very good manager. I don't think he. I know he struggled in the Premier League last season, but I thought like he learnt from the great managers like Pep Guardiola.
yeah,
He learnt from great managers in the past. So he's trying to get Bayern to do well in the Champions League this season. I think he did struggle in the Champions League. They did lose to Villa in the Champions League this season.
they did.
Bayern Munich. They have lost some games this season where it's been very questionable, but they're now into the quarterfinals. So fair play to them, I would say. But with Leverkusen, um, uh, I don't know what they still have the same person last season. They haven't lost anybody, so it's
No,
not
no, that's
surprising.
what I thought as well. I thought maybe Leverkusen might maybe potentially challenge for the Bundesliga title this year, but it just seems like I don't know, like you said, it's that second season kind of syndrome
Mm,
where, things may not just come to fruition. And again, teams like Bayern are just going to strengthen from week in, week out. Do you know what I mean?
definitely.
And then the fourth game, sorry, should I say, involved Arne Slot's old team, Feyenoord. Now, I thought Feyenoord would actually maybe go on an upset, but unfortunately, it is Inter Milan at home at the San Siro as they won 2-1 on the night, 4-1 on aggregate. I mean, Feyenoord, I thought just maybe, they upset AC Milan in the in the last round, I believe, and I just thought just potentially, they might do something. But
Mm,
again, we've played Inter Milan this season, and they've been absolutely amazing, and it's pretty much clear to see why now. Just quickly, whilst we're on the subject of PSG Liverpool, actually, what's the current update?
Darwin Núñez has missed his penalty, so it's 2-1
Oh
PSV.
dear.
Salah scored his one. Dembele's taking his one now. She scored? Oh, what a goal. What a penalty.
Oh,
Good penalty, man. Put it right in the
so that is 2-1 PSG as it stands on penalties.
3-1, 3-1 now.
Or 3-1.
Because Darwin Núñez
Goodness
missed the penalty
me.
to make it 2-2. You know,
Wow.
I'll be honest with you. Do you know who I thought the first one to Champions League on? I think Barcelona are favourites, you know. I really think Barcelona, you know. I thought the way how they're playing with Yamal, they look too dangerous now.
I've
Rafinha as
said
well.
this. I said this.
They look dangerous now, like
I said this
Barcelona.
at the start of the season. At the start of the season, I said it. Even said it on a podcast. I said that Barcelona. I see Barcelona winning Champions League, and at the minute, they seem to be
They look
doing well for themselves.
they're doing well. But the only thing they can't defend though, that's the only problem they can't defend. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
that
They
is
score
the
more,
only thing. I
they can
mean,
see too many goals, but they can push. Hold on. Liverpool
oh,
missed another penalty. Hold on. Might be over now. Hold on.
what's the
Curtis Jones
update?
misses. Curtis Jones misses penalty. What a save! What a save!
So does this now mean that PSG are through?
I think PSG needs to score the next penalty and they're through. It'd be 4-1 at Abbey.
Oh, okay. Before we wrap up, we'll get a bit of live reaction to this. Let's see. Let's see if PSG convert this penalty.
Got this young kid as well taking it as well. The young kid.
Is it Barcola?
No, the young. It starts with a D. What's his name?
Oh,
Number
I can't
14.
think. I've heard the name
They've won.
faintly.
They've won.
PSG
Liverpool
at
are
one.
out. PSG have won 4-1 on
Wow. So
penalties.
Liverpool are now out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they were
Wow.
and they were one of the favourites this season as well. One of the favourites as
They
well. Because
were.
when it comes to knockout competitions, they do well. So
And Barry,
they're
yeah,
out
I was
now.
going to say they finished top. They finished top of the league phase.
Yeah.
So really,
So,
wow, teams are
so,
really
Ars-
coming alive this year
so,
now,
Ars-
aren't they?
so Arsenal, Aston Villa are flying the flags for England now.
Pretty much now. Pretty much. Well,
That's a
that
shock,
is
isn't it?
it for today. On that bombshell, we'll with Liverpool being out, we'll wrap it up. Have you guys liked what we've had to say? We would love to hear your thoughts on social media. Make sure to go and show us some love and support by subscribing to the GSPN network for all things Premier League, WSL, Serie A, and more. You can find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify by searching Daily Arsenal. My name's Jamie Patterson, and he was the amazing Craig Matthews. And have a good day and take care, guys.